Hey, Jacob.
Oh, hey, Matt.
We're in an echoey room right now. What are we looking at today?
It's a bloody Leapmotor C10.
A Leapmotor C10. This is an interesting one, guys, because this has been brought in by Stellantis. In fact, it's partially owned, mostly owned by Stellantis, at least their export brand. 51% of the Leapmotor global brand is owned by Stellantis, who own Fiat, Chrysler, Alfa. I don't know, there's a lot of other brands.
A whole range of other ones.
And it's an interesting moment, I think. It's a bit of an egg on face moment because back in Europe a couple of years ago, Stellantis said, don't bring in any Chinese EVs. And now here they are realizing that actually there's a really strong market for these cheap Chinese electric cars. And this one is the newest one to come to Australia. And it's going to be quite impressive because we don't know what the pricing is going to be, but I've had some internal sources tell me that it's going to come under 50 grand for one of these, which is a large, mid-sized, really well-equipped electric SUV. So today we're going to take you for a full tour of the Leapmotor C10. Jacob, I feel like we're Chinese car experts at this point. We have gone to China now. By the time you see this, we're actually in China at the moment. It's been 4 times for me. It'll be 4 times for Jacob at the end of the year. We've seen everything, so it's really cool to see this on the ground. But then we're going to check out the interior. We're going to see its practicality, because that's also very, very impressive. And then we're going to end on our final thoughts. Should you be lining up to buy one of these when they launch on the 1st of November this year?
Just before your birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to me. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So before we talk about its looks, let's talk about what you get with the Leapmotor C10, because thankfully, whether you go for the base model style or the top of the range design, well, you actually get some pretty good internals. So first of all, it's rear wheel drive. So you have a single electric motor on the rear axle that will put out 160 kilowatt of power, 320 newton meters of torque, and Leapmotor, or Stellantis, I don't even know who to call this anymore, they say it will do 0 to 100 in about 7.3 seconds, so
decent.
Not slow at all. Also comes with a just under 70 kilowatt hour battery, 69.9 kilowatt hours. It's a LFP, or lithium ion phosphate battery, which is really good. It means you can actually charge it up to 100%. They're generally seen as being more reliable, but at the expense of being a bit heavier and less energy dense.
And they also give you an 8-year warranty on the battery.
That's true. And a 7-year unlimited kilometer warranty on the Leapmotor C10 itself, which is interesting because every other Stellantis product in Australia, frankly, has a really bad warranty, like 3 years. So anyway, this is really quite good. And it looks like they're really differentiating this product from the rest of their lineup. However, because it is an LFP battery, it also means it's not quite, well, it's not very fast at charging, frankly. It's got 88 kilowatt max fast charging through DC, which is okay, but it's not phenomenal, to be honest. And AC charging, or if you plug it into a wall box, fastest it will get is about 6.6 kilowatts. So
that would take you about 12 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely not the fastest charging, fine for most people, but you would get faster out of a lot of its rivals. And in terms of range, they're claiming a WLTP of about 420 kilometers, which is quite decent, actually, especially if you can actually achieve that, but we'll have to wait till we can actually drive this thing to see that. If you come over here though, Jacob, this is interesting.
Ooh, what's that?
There's a lot of space in here and not
not
much frunk, not much storage space. But anyway, that's fine. Let's talk about the way that this thing looks. Ooh. This room is so echoey. Okay, so we have a winged light design up the front. Got these cool daytime running lights, bright LEDs there as well, and a light bar that runs up front. Well, actually, it would be a light bar if it passed 80 hours, but unfortunately it doesn't. You have a very plugged up grille here. That is, of course, for maximum aerodynamics. They're actually a really, really young company. They only started in like 2015 or something, so very, very young. You've got a 360 camera there and active aero here, so it can block air if it needs to, so it can make it more streamlined or open up the flaps to allow for extra cooling. And I actually think it's a really good looking SUV.
I really like the color as well.
Yeah, this like Nardo grey from Audi. Anyway, looks fantastic. Let's check out the side. Alrighty, let's talk about the side because I think it looks really good. This is the design. It's the top of the range. We don't know what the pricing for this one's going to be, but check out these 20-inch alloy wheels. So this is one of the big differentiators. It's also wrapped in really good tires, Dunlop eSport Max. So you're not getting the Ling Longs that you'll find on a BYD, and you're not getting the Batman tires that you'd find on a BYD.
They've done well.
They've done well here. But on the style variant, you only get 18-inch wheels with a double black 5-spoke design to it. Your key is an NFC card on the mirror. You get a camera here, it says Leapmotor. You also get a camera here. So this is your 360 camera. You actually get 17 what they call ADAS systems. That's it.
Autonomous driving assistance.
I'm not gonna lie, despite you being 2 meters away from me, I can barely hear you. It's
Very weird acoustics in
my
here.
voice. You have these flat door handles here that pop open to open the door. Keyless entry and go, of course. You've also got black roof rails up there, tinted privacy glass, which is actually very good to see. And as you can see, this is a long boy. This is a big mid-size SUV. And that's a good thing because usually we see small mid-size SUVs, especially at this price point, but this is not small. And you'll see that when we check out the practicality and the interior. Let's check out the bum. Alrighty, let's talk about the bum. Now, interestingly, this is built on the Leap 3.0 platform. Like I said, this is a very young company. So the fact that they've already gone through 3 iterations of this platform
Goes to show how quickly the Chinese iterate.
yeah, 100%. It's actually quite scary is not the right word. I think it's quite amazing.
Intimidating.
Yeah, it's intimidating. There is going to be a C16, which is 3 rows and 6 seats. We expect that potentially to come to Australia. I don't know. There's also a T03. That's the only other export vehicle they have in their range, which is a tiny, like Kia Picanto-sized electric car. And I hope we see that. Let me know in the comment section if you do want to see that. Let's talk about the design though. So you get this huge light bar that runs across the back. Somehow this passes ADR. You've also got Leapmotor spelled out there. It's a pretty cool badge actually. C10 of course. You have a spoiler up the top, but otherwise it's quite a simple EV and I like that. It's not overstyled, man.
Yeah, I really like the look of the rear of this car.
This is impressive.
You've lost the button already.
Where's-
Dude, it's up on the right, on the light.
Found it. So inside you get 581 litres of boot space. It's enormous actually, really quite a lot of space. Under the floor you get a goo kit, so no spare tyre here sadly, and more storage as well. And then of course you can also drop the rear seats and then you get
1,410 litres.
I can't believe you remembered that, but yes, you get a lot more space. So yeah, quite a practical little
Bro,
EV.
open that bloody boot.
What did I do?
Can't believe you forgot the bloody subwoofer.
Oh, yes. Sorry, it's got a 12 speaker, 860 watt, I believe, sound system.
That'll drain the range.
So that'll drain the range. All right, let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
All right, are you prepared for this reverberation?
I'm not ready, actually. Oh, God.
God, my ears. Okay, let's talk about this interior because one thing I've learned about my many trips this year to China is that Chinese cars, they have pretty nice interiors. So touch around and yeah, good luck. Good luck finding hard material anywhere. It's all very nice. It's all faux leather, and in this case it's like I feel like I'm in a clay model, you know what I mean?
It's all the same color. It's kind of bizarre.
It's bizarre, but I kind of like it. You can also get this in a darker interior as well if you don't like brown, which a lot of people don't. You have a fast wireless charger here, a couple of cup holders, huge amount of storage here, a USB-C fast charger. Ooh. 60 watts, that's pretty fast, man. You've also got a USB-A port and a 12-volt socky wocky, and you get what looks to be the world's smallest glove box. Like, it's tiny.
But at least it's soft closing and opening.
You also have massive door bins here, massive. Soft touch center armrest, heaps of space on the inside. Oh, I didn't even see these other 2 cup holders right there. So 4 up front, in case
You have 4 McFlurries.
you might be thirsty. Okay, you might be thirsty. It happens to the best of us. You have these 7 layered seats.
that your baby can eat, apparently.
I think there was a bit of miscommunication in the presentation, and apparently they're so safe, your baby can eat them, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. You have this really cool LED lighting that goes throughout here with these funky style, very Tesla-esque air vents that you adjust through the display here. I've never really loved these, but hey, it's one of those things you kind of set and forget. That's at least what I do in Teslas specifically. Very other Tesla-esque stuff in here. So the steering wheel, it's a very nice leatherette unit. It feels good to hold in the hands with some metal on it too. You have these touch capacitive-ish buttons here. Actually real buttons, but they look touch capacitive. And then you've got these scroll wheels here, which are multi-function. They can control different things. Left-hand side is your media controls. The right-hand side is for your display. And it is also very Tesla-esque. For example, right now I'm adjusting the mirrors through these dials here. So I've never loved this either, but it's going for that minimalist aesthetic. And actually, Jacob, you were just saying...
Yeah, Matt Lee, the chief of international ops for Leapmotor, actually considers Leapmotor to be more of a technology company than a car company. So that kind of says everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's actually fascinating because it does feel that way in here as well. So this display is 14.6 inches. It's massive. It's really responsive to the touch, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You've also got a 10.25 inch display up in front of you. Again, very minimalistic, but I kind of like it. it. Doesn't show much, but it shows enough.
And it looks tiny compared to the infotainment display.
Super high definition. That's what I'm noticing right away. By the way, a bit sneaky, we can see here that we've got 15.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers after about 26 kilometers of driving. And that would mean you get a 445 kilometers of range. So that's actually beats the claim if that's true. You've also got this button up here, which is a feature every car needs. You hold it down and it opens up all of the windows, and it also closes the windows as well.
So funny.
That's awesome. And I will say these seats are very comfortable. I kind of wish they already had a little bit more adjustment under my thigh, but they're so soft that it might not be an issue. We'll have to wait and see what it's like when we go drive it. I've already spotted the eye monitor here, my arch nemesis. They never seem to work very well, and as part of an update before this goes on sale, over-the-air update, because this is actually 4G connected, they're going to add a feature to be able to turn that off.
Thank God for that.
Yep. Yeah. So that's probably already going to be a very good thing.
Speaking of 4G connected, you actually have a bloody browser on the screen.
Oh, you do have a browser on the screen. So you can do things like watch your favorite YouTube channel. And I'll be able to hear it on my 100 speaker sound system. Oh, it's an ad. So you might be wondering, what exactly do you get by grade? Well, you can check out our website, carsource.com. We have a full written review of this out now, and that goes through all of that. But as a bit of a highlights reel, if you go for the style, you get pretty much everything. But with the design, you get some niceties. Heated and cooled seats, you get a heated steering wheel, and a few other goodies. So if you want to learn more about that, check out our website, carsource.com. All right, let's check out the back seats.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so.
Oh, that was ear-shattering.
Let's talk about the back seats. So I'm 5'11". Look how much legroom I have. Toe room as well is fantastic because the battery is nice and low in the car, and headroom as well is very, very good. So you don't often see that in EVs because the battery is usually quite raised up, impedes on the back seats, but because it's built on a dedicated EV platform, heaps space.
And also the battery for this is actually integrated into the chassis.
Ooh, and that makes it stiffer and
Torsional rigidity.
And rigidity, baby. You've got a couple of air vents here, USB-C fast charger, USB-A port as well, Matte Pocky Wockies. It's all soft touch back here. This is all very nice. This is an interesting little quirk. The windows open backwards.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, you have to push up to make it go down?
Yeah.
That's like the MacBook scrolling, isn't it?
It's like a jet. You get very nice seats in the back that don't let your baby eat these ones. Pull down the center armrest, and there's no cup holders here, so no wonder there's cup holders up there.
It all is starting to make sense.
But it is a really, really nice place to be. Oh, and I have to mention this, a huge panoramic sunroof.
Oh my God, it's huge.
It's like
2.1 square meters.
There you go. You beat me to it by interrupting me. And you get heaps of space in the doors as well. So yeah, super duper impressive. A lot of space inside of this quite large mid-sized SUV. And of course, I got to shout us out. carsource.com/buy. We have a dedicated team of car buyers who are out there to get you the best price on your next car. We have thousands, literally, of dealers who we make fight each other to get you the best price on your next new car, whether you want to buy one of these, which are going to be selling through a dealership, or any new car. We charge the dealers a fixed fee, which also means that we will go in the hardest to get you the best price possible because it is in our interest. So that sounds good to you, and it definitely should. It's literally win-win. Make sure you check out carsource.com/buy and join our many happy customers. Let's get into our final thoughts.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, guys. Final thoughts on the Leapmotor C10. Should you be going onto your computers right now and putting down your pre-orders? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Without driving this, it's hard to say, and without seeing the pricing, it's also hard to say. But on paper, this thing delivers a lot of value for its price. It's certainly one of the best value Stellantis products I've seen in a very long time, and it's interesting that it comes from a company called Leapmotor. Frankly, if you are interested in something with big size, with good range, at least on paper, like I said, and some really nice technology, then absolutely you should be registering your interest. I'd certainly be registering mine, and I can't wait to drive this. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because as soon as we can, we're going to be driving this around Saucy Corner. We're going to test out at 0 to 100, and we're going to continue to deliver
give it all the sauce.
We're going to give it all the sauce. Of course, if you want to buy any new car in Australia, make sure you check out carsource.com/buy, and my team will help you get the absolute best deal
On a Leapmotor.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.